What do you got?
You know, Moses took medicine, or at least he took 2 tablets.
That's so terrible.
Okay.
This is so dad level 10 right now. I love it. Okay.
That's 3 minutes gone.
Hello, and welcome to the Village Idiom.
Welcome to the Village Idiom. My name is Mark again.
And I am Vince.
Not Mark again. It's just Mark.
It would be a way more hassle to write checks.
Hey, did you hear, speaking of name, wow, off track right out of the gate. Did you hear about Macaulay Culkin changing his name?
I had no
He
idea.
did a contest. So his name is legally Macaulay Culkin. And he said, put it out there, contest. I will legally add a middle name, whatever the contest winner is, most votes, blah, blah, blah. So I just heard this. This is hearsay.
I hope it starts with a U, so that it could be muck.
Oh, the abbreviation. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you're a fan of that. The initial
I
spelling.
love that sort of thing.
Yeah. No, it gets better. I think it's better.
Okay.
So I don't know what crazy middle names were out there that were.
I'm sure they're horrible.
They're probably
The
out.
trolls would have been
maybe
fast
another
and the
time we'll
furious.
look at it. The
My name's
winner,
Home Alone Culkin.
the winner, Macaulay Culkin, as his middle name.
Macaulay Culkin? Like all
Yeah.
one word?
Yeah. So now his name is Macaulay Culkin. No joke. He's legally changing it to Macaulay Culkin. Anyway, that is not what today is about.
Sometimes life is actually way more interesting than fake stuff.
Right. So again, Village Idiom. We're gonna hang our conversation on an idiom each week we get together, and so today's episode is called "A Taste of Your Own Medicine."
It's a good thing to be able to dish out or be able to take in what you're dishing out.
Right. That's basically where that comes from, or how it's used. Right. That's how it's used. So you use, if let's say I call you names all the time,
Sure.
and then after 17 years of me
Macaulay Culkin gun or something
and
terrible
then
or whatever
you
they
dish
call
it
it.
back. That's getting a taste of your.
Call me Macaulay.
But you know what's funny?
Call me baby.
Oh no! Who knew Macaulay Culkin would be the star of this episode? Oh man, I can't keep up. I think you grabbed the low hanging fruit, and I got nothing. Macaulay, maybe you got it. Yeah,
It's a winner. This idiom is interesting. Let's do a quick history on it.
Well, before we get to that,
Sure.
I was just thinking how ridiculous this is as an idiom, because if you get a taste of your own medicine, that's the medicine you should be taking.
Oh, which is interesting when you understand the origins of it.
Right, but we're not yet there.
You just don't want to go.
No, I don't want to go to the origin yet, because then I feel like we're already like halfway through the episode.
Somewhere in there, at least at some point, we're going to have to cover where this all.
All right, where
came
did it
from.
come from? What did you discover as you were uncovering this?
When I was researching through, came across, I'm sure as you did, with Aesop's Fables.
Totally, yeah.
And so Aesop's Fable, the traveling swindler who sells fake medicine, claiming that it can cure anything. But when he falls ill himself, people give him his own medicine, which he knows won't work.
Yeah,
Hence, giving someone a taste of their own medicine.
right. And there's actually some interesting history to the fable, because were Aesop's Fables written in Latin? I didn't know that if they were, because there was. I'll explain why I asked that in a second, because the story of this guy with the fake medicine, he was a cobbler, a failed cobbler. He couldn't sell a pair of shoes or fix a pair of shoes if his life depended on it.
You don't want him selling you medicine.
Right, so he comes up with this elaborate plan with fake medicine, but the king falls ill. So the king tested him and mixed his antidote with real poison and offered him a reward to drink it, and he wouldn't. And then the king says to the people,
not.
and here's the thing with the Latin, he says, you wouldn't let this guy take care of your bodies when he couldn't take care of your feet.
Right.
But in Latin, it was a head foot, like it's a play on words. You can't take care of your head, and you want him to, or you can't take care of your feet, and you want him to take care of your head.
Which entirely, I don't think of shoe salesmen, or because a cobbler is a shoe repairman.
Yeah,
He's not even a shoemaker.
right. That's right.
So
it's kind of the same line of work. You're fixing, not.
right, you're not making babies. As I guess like
He might have made babies.
he made babies.
He's a cobbler.
Lots of little babies. They were cobbler's elves.
Oh, that's where that comes from.
Thank you.
Another fable.
They made that up.
Don't fact check that
That's
one.
that's not where the cookies come from.
Do you have any Okay, as I was thinking about this, I realized that, I don't know, did your mom or grandma, did anybody have any weird medicines growing up?
We have one, and we actually still do it with our kids. I don't know if it's a thing. The Vicks Vapor Rub,
Yeah.
where you eat it.
No.
I just made that up. I was,
Okay.
I was seeing how far you were going to go. You're like, oh, yeah.
Nope, never done
And I
that.
was going to see, where you stick it in your eye.
No.
And so you rub the Vicks and you put it on your feet and then put on like a pair of socks. And so you're like Vicks Vapor Rubbed and eucalyptus.
Yep,
And
you're way like
koala bears
I was on
attacking.
you with
And
the Vicks on the chest. That's as far as we got. I know my grandpa used to put it like line the inside of his nose and throat.
that's adventure. So
Right.
you're clearly going to smell it. We had this.
Under the lip. Or over the lip. Mustache.
Yeah, this over the lip mustache smear. Where you're constantly breathing in that eucalyptus-y or whatever.
And you still do it. Your family does it.
We still do that.
So again, came from the same side of the family. We had a liniment tea.
Interesting.
And when we were kids, you had wicked cold flu. My grandpa would put this concoction together. And I remember drinking it like just the nastiest drink you've ever tasted.
Put it with lime.
And then...
Honest, you put the lime in the liniment and drink it all up.
Stuff. But you know what? I woke up well. The one time I tried it, but liniment tea, it's called liniment because it's liniment for horses. And he would make tea out of it. But I didn't know. He's just like
a horse tranquilizer?
It's like salve.
This is great.
It's like Vaseline, medicated Vaseline that you make tea out of.
It's so interesting.
I shouldn't be admitting this.
Again, reality is way more interesting than all of the other falsities and whatnot out there.
Are you the type to take medicine quickly, though, if you feel sick?
I would sooner rot on my bed for a few days and just pray to the good Lord to either heal me or take me.
Then take medicine?
Then take medicine.
That's totally me.
I sooner die. But then I do hit that crossover point where it's like, I'm going to die.
Right.
And then I have no death wish, but you just want to tough it out.
See, I'm like that. And then when I do get a prescription, I actually take medicine and I get better. I get better. And then I'm like, well, was that the medicine or was that just as long as it was going to be anyway? I don't know.
On the weird health kind of news, there's a Facebook group that has been getting some traction on, let me see if I can dig this up real quick, auto urine therapy.
Auto urine
therapy, which has nothing to do with the car.
Sounds like an oil leak.
Well, it's kind of a personal oil leak.
That's auto urine.
Yeah. So it's nothing to do with cars, auto urine therapy, where they claim that by ingesting or having
sure it's
taking
not just
in
somebody telling you're in therapy.
You're in therapy right now.
You're in therapy.
It's taking in your own whiz in varying forms.
Okay.
And so
are you talking about injections or
there's all sorts of nonsense. Ingesting is the prime one. Okay. Drinking your own urine. The claims to fame that
I can do it.
They call it
I'm
urine
telling you right
fasting.
now.
Urine fasting helps reduce cancer and arthritis pain.
You're an idiot if you're drinking your own.
You're in my mind as you're going through these things. Urine fasting makes one closer to God, according to it.
Urine fasting, so not drinking your pee.
Well, I guess
Or
I think it's the only thing that you
only
can have
drinking.
is your own urine.
Does it have to be your own?
I hope so. That's even nastier. Well, this idea, you'd want to die. You'd want to go see God.
Your own urine. Like it's the same.
It's like unique New York.
Unique New York. Your own urine.
What else? Prevents strokes, heart attacks, increased libido, increases one's awareness of one's diet, and one eats less junk.
Oh, because you know you're going to drink your pee. So you eat better food.
I don't know, or if you just never want to eat or drink anything again.
I am only drinking
I
Kool-Aid
saw Waterworld.
because I know I'm going to have to drink my pee.
Waterworld is fake. You cannot do that.
Oh, this is so awful.
Anyways, so that as far as health related things, that drinking one's own medicine or taking one's own medicine is not so good because it's not medicine.
Right.
That's whiz. That's not medicine. Regardless if your grandpa made you eat liniment tea, your whiz is still
you're
whiz.
in. You're back in. You're in.
It's just ridiculous.
It's awful.
The stuff that people will do. But
okay, so here's something that I think you'll find interesting to follow up that because I was like, okay, Taste of Your Own Medicine. I started looking up weird medicines, and there's a lot out there. Like the history of medicine is weird, and so there's some that have become legit. But literally, I think this is recent, like really recent. A biohacker. Now, do you know? I had to do some quick research. This is where we get nerdy just for a second.
Is this like microgravity?
Yeah. Hey, I looked that up. That's a thing. You guys need to support me. Somebody write in and tell me
something somewhere.
Okay, so DNA is made up of 4 acids, basically 4 proteins.
DNTA.
No, it's ACGT.
ACGT, right.
ACGT. America's Got Talent.
Done dirt cheap.
America's country's got talent. Yeah, so anyway, a high schooler calls himself a biohacker, injected himself with DNA sequence. Okay, so he decided he was going to experiment because what I didn't know.
Have they not seen Aliens?
Okay, but listen, the DNA sequence or the DNA, those 4 things, you can actually translate any text into DNA sequence. So like you could translate whatever you want into a DNA sequence. So he did that with the book of Genesis and parts of the Quran, turned that into a protein sequence for DNA, cooked it up in a lab, and injected himself with parts of the Bible and parts of the Quran.
It sounds like a terrible.
And he's a high school student. He just wanted to make a name for himself. My favorite part of his response to being interviewed about it, he said, well, he says a bunch about it. I wondered if it was possible to convert religious texts into DNA and to inject it into a living being. He says, it is the first time that someone injects himself with micromolecules developed from a text. It is very symbolic, even if it does not have much interest. But he did it.
I just
with
think
the
that's
exception
insanity.
of a few verses in Genesis, which he says are controversial.
Well, so is he able to part the seas when he goes to his swimming pool?
As far as I know,
he raises his hand in the swimming pool parts?
Nothing came of that. But I will tell you, I should have made a copy of it. I found the translator online. You can find translate whatever text into. So I did the Village Idiom.
ACGT?
Some combination of that, right?
Yeah.
So I could right now recite 26 letters. G say A T C G G T. But
we might as well do Klingon and just end it all.
If you were going to inject yourself with any text, what would you pick? Genesis?
Oh my goodness.
Okay, let's narrow it down to a Bible. You grew up in church?
Yep.
Would you?
Nope.
Would you inject yourself with Genesis?
I would probably do a good somewhere between a proverb, a Song of Solomon, maybe throw in a good Matthew for good measure.
Is this literally?
I'm just getting a revelation about this right now.
Oh no!
Thank you.
Is this literally using the God's name in vain? VEIN. I felt like I needed the gesture.
You'll have to see the video.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. Talk about a taste of God's medicine.
I don't know that that's what the good Lord intended.
No,
to be injecting.
It cannot be.
Live on the word, like this the
Man
bread of life.
Live on bread alone, but an injection.
Maybe you could live on that. I wouldn't want to. It sounds like a protein mixer running through you. Yeah, you would be your own protein shake.
Well, apparently, what he did is stupid dangerous. Like, he's already been criticized. You could have killed yourself.
Has anyone not seen Jurassic Park?
Yeah, exactly, right?
You know what happens when you put the DNA weird in? And then next thing you know,
life will find a way.
Life will find a way. Yeah.
Well, you know what? This is, however recent this is, give him a couple of years.
It's that Aliens where it's like there's a
Crawling
T-Rex bursting out of his chest. That's a raptor. That can't be good.
That's Moses.
I shouldn't have done that.
Moses comes out of his chest.
Let my people go. So it's you got to applaud the ingenuity, but sometimes a taste of your own medicine. People are disinterested in receiving their own medicine.
Of course,
this idea, and
it's always a negative thing, right?
Right. It's when you start looking it up, people don't love it when you treat someone the way they treated you. They'll get mad.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so I guess the idea is somewhere in there is a good golden rule. Taste of your own medicine usually has a negative spin on it.
Right, nobody ever says that about a good thing.
Give them a taste of their own medicine. That was delicious.
If somebody's just super loving and kind and a giver, you don't say,
you should give them a taste of their own medicine.
There you go. Okay, I got a challenge for you.
Sure.
I know we like to play games, we like to challenge each other. So this particular idiom, may possibly at least more than others I've kind of looked into, it is everywhere. So I tried to find some clips from movies, TV shows, blah, blah, blah.
Nice.
Here is your challenge. I'm going to play a clip, and they're quick because the idiom's short. They're quick, and so I'm going to give you, instead of like nailing this bang on, I'm going to give you the chance to give me either the show that it was on, whether it's movie, TV. You can give me the title of the show, or you can give me the character name. Or the actor. I'll take all of the above.
I will do my best to get some piece of identifier.
We're going to start with this one right here.
Taste.of.Your.Own.Medicine, doctor.
That sounds like the Batman.
That is correct. Which Batman?
Taste.of.Your.Own.Medicine, doctor.
That is, I believe, the Christian Bale version.
Definitely.
I know my Michael Keaton versus my Christian Bale.
Yeah, you weren't thinking maybe possibly George Clooney?
Definitely
Did you
not.
even remember he was Batman?
I totally did. Val Kilmer's in there somewhere.
Oh yeah,
Adam West.
Adam West, come on! I love Adam West.
But that's clearly the Christian Bale Batman.
Okay, here's another one. You ready?
Yep, hit me up.
Taste.of.Your.Own.Medicine.
Well, that clearly sounds like something from an animated series. Yellow hair. I'm going to go with Lisa
I'm looking
Simpson.
for the actual actor's name.
All I got is Lisa Simpson from The Simpsons.
Yeah, you're right. That was Lisa Simpson. I'll give you one last one.
I'm nailing it. My pop culture is.
I know. I'm trying to look for something harder.
Level Jedi.
Something a little harder this time. How about? Nope, not that one. Okay. Here we go. Oops, sorry.
Just gave him a taste of his own medicine.
Play it again.
Just gave him a taste of his own medicine.
Oh my
Just gave him a
goodness.
taste of his own medicine.
Immediately went to some sort of Schwarzenegger type thing.
This one, I'm almost positive you've seen this movie. I think we've talked about this movie, but you may not admit you've seen this movie. One more time.
Just gave him a taste of his own medicine.
I got a bit of The Rock in there. You're going to have to narrow it down with some sort of title or...
I'll just give you the hint. I'll give you the name of the movie because actor and character is much more obscure. The name of this movie is slang for a famous gambling town called Las Vegas.
And I'm looking for the movie?
Movie name? Oh, I thought that'd be enough of
So
a
I'm
hint.
going like with a bit of Con Air type thing in there. Like,
the helicopter is not a main focus of this movie. It's Sin City.
oh no, I was out.
Yeah.
I don't watch those movies.
No, I know. That's why that one was so hard. Oh, fine. Well, there you go.
The taking off from last week, Mark and I several years ago, decades ago actually now,
Probably, yeah.
we made up our own game.
Feels like it anyway. It's probably just last.
It actually is.
There goes our youthful audience.
Having this thing called a riddle-link, where we take a two-parted question and convert it into a two-parted answer called a riddle-link.
Yeah,
so a one-half riddle, second-half riddle. Doesn't even have to be a riddle, but some sort of brain teaser
or trivia,
some sort of idea like that, linked together with a middle word. So,
got one?
in riddle-link land, let me see if I can dig up something good for you here.
Here, while you look up one, I've got one because I while you were talking and explaining the game, I have mine right here. So, here's this one for you. This half-human, half-giant gamekeeper takes I already screwed it up. This half-human, half-giant gamekeeper takes methylpenidate. Methylpenidate.
Methylpenidate.
This half-human, half-giant gamekeeper takes methylpenidate.
Half-human, half-giant.
Gamekeeper takes methylpenidate. There are people losing their minds right now.
Okay. Half human, half giant. You really lost me on that part.
Oh, see, okay, because
so half human, half giant. I'm into like that guy from the Harry Pottery thing. Whatever his Hagrid. Hagrid. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll give you a hint on the second half then, because you're right.
Hagrid.
It's Hagrid.
Is he half
or Rubius Hagrid?
Oh, fun!
Rubius
I feel accomplished on that.
Yeah.
Okay. Hagrid.
Hagrid takes methylpenidate.
Methylpenidate. Man, I'm sure there's some
Okay, I'll give you a hint on that
Hagrid.
because that's
Sure.
so obscure. Methylphenidate. Hint for that one is you take methylphenidate for ADHD.
Oh, it's Hagridolin?
Hagridolin.
Oh, very nice.
There you go.
Is that what it's called?
That's the real name for Ritalin.
Okay. If anything, I'm smarter.
So that's how the game's played. That's a good example. We struggled through it, but that's how Ritalink is played.
Okay. I got one for you.
Okay, give it to me.
The golden rule of Bono's band.
The golden rule of Bono, not Bono.
Of Bono.
Okay.
Bono.
Sonny Bono, like Sonny and Cher.
Bono.
Bono. The golden rule of Bono's band.
Mhm.
Okay, golden rule is do unto others. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you too.
Very nice.
Yeah. We have a real Bible theme today.
It's
Genesis being injected.
it was
Sin City.
it was the
and
nature of this one where it's like
Moses coming out of her chest.
that idea of people like when you do to them or you do to them what they have done to you, that sort of golden
Right.
rule thing. So I'm sure it drags in a little more than the average one. What do you got?
You know, Moses took medicine, or at least he took 2 tablets.
That's so terrible.
Okay.
This is so dad level 10 right now. I love it. Okay, what do you got for
Okay.
me?
Okay, this is the best medicine for that lingering sensation of flavor in your mouth.
The best medicine.
You might have this if you're in urine therapy.
Okay, so tell me again.
This is the best medicine for that lingering sensation of flavor in your mouth.
Lingering sensation of flavor in my mouth. Flavor in my mouth.
What's a common word for flavor in your mouth?
Taste.
Okay.
Yeah, that
I love the process. I love watching your eyes dart around the room as the wheels are spinning. I kind of smell
Please be
smoking.
written on a wall. Please be written on a wall behind you. Okay, tell me one more time.
Okay, this is the best medicine for that lingering sensation of flavor in your mouth. Okay, I'll give you.
I'm in some bad taste.
What do you want a hint for the first part? Or the
I'm going to
second?
take a hint for the first part.
First part, okay. The hint for the first part is this is not the best medicine for diabetes. Insulin is.
Sugar is not the best medicine for diabetes.
Okay, I'm going to give you a bigger hint on the 1st half.
I'm gonna need more.
The first half is an idiom in and of itself.
So
Something is the best medicine.
well, laughter is the good laughter. Was there bad taste in there somewhere? Bad taste in your mouth?
Not bad, a lingering taste.
What was the first part again there?
Laughter.
Laughter.
I'm
Laughter.
just going to give it to you. You're dancing all over it. You're
What?
dancing all over the answer. Laughter taste.
Oh, I'm always so sad when I learn
When you
it.
don't get it and you hear
Yeah.
it. It's like learning a magic trick. You're like,
Yeah.
you're blown away.
That's it? Seriously, you have
find
a
it.
fake thumb? That's it? That's the answer to this whole thing?
Laughter taste. I was trying to decide when I was writing this. Laughter taste, laughter burner, laughter shock.
That's fun.
But I thought I was on the nose with the best medicine.
Well, okay, so let me give you one. Let's see if in the medicine land to see if you can rope this one in. Okay. Captain Ahab's first mate tastes terrible, but it works.
Oh, okay. Tastes terrible, but it works. I'm pretty sure is a slogan for Buckley's. I'm almost positive,
Captain Ahab's first mate.
but I don't know who that is.
Tastes
But
terrible,
maybe I can figure this out.
but it
Something
works.
Buck, Buckley or Buckle. Something Buckle. Arr. Is it a pirate? Captain Ahab's first mate.
Yes.
It's not Shmee. Because
No,
that's
it's not.
Captain Hook's
That's
first mate.
me. You actually
It's not Gilligan.
you
You
know-
that's the skipper's first mate.
you know
I
this
know my
person.
first mates. I just don't know Captain Ahab's first mate. Starbuck. Is it
You are-
Star Buckley's?
Ding ding ding.
Is it
ding.
Starbuck? Is the name of the first mate?
Starbuck is,
No
is
idea.
where it comes from. So the whole Starbucks.
No.
Yes, that is where Starbuck is the first mate of Captain Ahab and the
And that's
and
why
the
they
whale.
called the coffee shop Starbucks. I mean,
and
it
then
has
there's
a
the mermaid. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. It's
Wow.
all wrapped in there somewhere. So
Star Buckley's.
Starbuckley's.
Oh, I'm glad I knew the slogan. That one popped out of the commercials.
Well, it's fantastic. Again, there's probably as much enjoyment watching your brain spin around on. So it's idiomatic.
So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna come back to this because we're gonna end with one of these, but we're not gonna answer it.
Sure.
So we'll end, which we're pretty close. We're tailing near the end of this, but we're gonna end this whole episode with one more riddle link, and this is just for the audience out there. And this is what we want you to do: listen to this riddle link, kind of figure it out. If you can't get it, maybe we'll get into the pattern down the road of
Sure.
putting hints online or something. But
In the challenge to come up with something, I've also prepared a little bit of a new joke for today.
oh, great!
So I'm not sure if, again, they always suck, but we got to work it out. Okay. Slick Eddie, you know Slick Eddie.
No,
Okay. So Slick Eddie was at the club. You know a Slick Eddie. He's kind of like a Chad.
okay.
So he's that kind of suave, the type of
Slick Eddie.
young guy. He's
It's in
Slick
the
Eddie.
name.
He's a Slick Eddie. But he doesn't take rejection real well. So Eddie would like go to like club dance party, this sort of thing, and classic put down lines when he was rejected. Would you like to dance? And she'd say like, no. Oh, you must have misheard me. I said you look fat in those pants, and those kinds of things. He's really insecure about
Sure.
it.
Right.
Putting people down when he was rejected. Hey baby, did you fall out of heaven? Was it because I look like an angel? It's like, no, it's because you look like your face really hit something hard when you fell a real far
He
distance.
just
Like,
backs right off of it.
yeah, and so the girls are real sick of him. So they're at the club, and the girls are all talking. So they're like, okay, you go dance with him, and you give him one. You give him a taste of his own medicine. And so they're dancing and close by one another and doing the whole dance thing. So, hey, Eddie, your breath smells like Listerine. Eddie says, it helps with our closeness. He's all being all cool and hope.
Yeah.
And she said, oh, you must have misunderstood me. I said, your breath smells like a latrine. And so all the girls are like, they think that's funny. He said, well, I didn't actually say closeness. You must have misheard me. I said, I just gave you tuberculosis.
Did you write that?
I wrote that.
Wow. A lot of play on words all in one story.
Thank you.
I kept going. I don't know. I felt the play on words coming back, and you spent so much time on his name, Slick Eddie. I'm like, Slick Eddie, spaghetti. What is it going to be? But no, nothing.
Closeness. I found a word that is close to rhyming with tuberculosis.
They say tuberculosis can't be rhymed.
Orange and tuberculosis.
Orange month and tuberculosis. Take tuberculosis off that list.
Done. Check.
Nice work. I do not have a joke. I'm going to hang my hat on the Moses with 2 tablets, but I didn't even make that up. I just popped into my head from my childhood.
It's a bit brilliant. So that will start this idea. You want to be treating people the same way that you want it back.
That's right.
You're giving that taste of their medicine, that being kind, being all those things, like that there's value in all of that.
Yeah, that's a good way to end off. Let's give the riddle link to everybody.
Sure, you got a little something?
I do. This one, I'm going to say this one's on the more difficult side of things, so I'm going to read it out.
How's about this then? We'll just leave it dangling there with no answer.
Okay.
And that people can comment in through their varying social media. We'll get all that Twitter, Instagram, Facebook stuff posted out, and they can answer in that way.
Perfect. Here it is. This is prescribed more for the psychological benefit of the patient than for this actual infectious and frequently fatal disease.
Oh my
Man, this is dark. I'm going to read it one more time.
On the dark endings, there was an alternate ending to that joke where it was, Eddie, that you're a good dancer. It's like, oh, you must have misheard me. I said, I wish you had cancer.
Oh.
I know. That was so dark, I had to rewrite it. Tell us one more time.
Okay.
Tell us one more time so we get it.
So we don't end on
So
cancer.
we don't end on that.
This is prescribed more for the psychological benefit of the patient than for this actual infectious and frequently fatal disease.
I'm liking it. Make sure you drop your comment in somewhere below on one of the social media things. So I am Vince.
And I am Mark.
And we are the Village Idioms.
Woo!
Last 3 minutes gone.